All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is currently at this moment in time, trying to get my mouse right, uh, roughly 11 o'clock. 7 is July 1st. Just to let everybody know, of course, because YouTube decided to do whatever it wants to do as normal, I've started uploading a few videos on one of the other channels that I've had up there for quite some time, so you can see it clearly in the background, just in case. So it'd be great, come through, subscribe directly to that channel, and going to try to get that one, up and running, and see what will take place with that. So I got about a good 3 videos that I just recently uploaded. You can see that each one of them says about like a day ago. Plan to also upload some more as well. So remember, go there, subscribe to the Seji Zone for news. So within this live stream, we're going to have about, if I can count correctly, let me see, let me put this back up. So we have one, two, three, four, about four, maybe five stories that we are going to go over today. So the first one on the list is as stated. Cobb man goes after his daughter, stating that she was possessed by spirits. A Cobb County man is facing charges after police say that he attacked his daughter so severely that she had to be taken to the hospital. The father is claiming that he isn't responsible for the beating. He states evil spirits possessed his daughter. Police were called to Juan Hernandez's home for his unresponsive baby girl in April. They stated that she suffered respiratory failure, multiple skull fractures, and other injuries. Quote, kind of crazy out of the blue that something like this would just happen 2 houses away, and that was stated by a neighbor. Hernandez told police that his baby was possessed and that he may have been as well. He believes spirits or a bad person were conducting paranormal activity to make his family suffer. He was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and child cruelty. He has since been released on bond. Neighbors have also stated they are concerned about him being part of their community. While he is out on bond, Hernandez has been ordered to stay away from children under the age of 16. Newell called Hernandez's attorney to discuss the allegations, but was told that the attorney is out of town. It isn't clear if Hernandez has any other children. Neighbors state that they have seen other children playing outside of the home and that they appear to be happy. Now, the most interesting part about that is you heard them state that they're not sure if Hernandez has any of the kids, but yet the neighbors have stated that they have seen other children play outside. Do the neighbors know if those children belong to Hernandez, if they might be of the neighborhood or what have you? Obviously, they don't seem to care about the situation as much as they state in some of the snippets that they put directly into the article. And as I've stated to people before, a lot of times within a lot of neighborhoods, there are a lot of strange things and occurrences that take place. But neighbors decide that they want to mind their business. They decide that they don't want to pry. They don't want to really get too deep within it because they don't want to be responsible. They don't want to, cause any type of a disturbance. They don't want to be the other ones that just might suffer the same fate. Again, that's it's pretty tough. As I stated to people before, things like this should not happen to children, but yet they do, and it is by way of adults who seemingly do not care. As you were able to hear, he stated that it was bad spirits, that somebody used a Ouija board or had a seance, or that there were things going on in the wooded area, like the Blair Witch, that possessed him and his daughter at that time. Yeah, sometimes you can look at a person and tell that they don't have a soul. Hernandez is one of those people. So we're going to go on to the next one that has to do with affirmative action, right? And I'm just going to use the same picture that I had on the previous video, just with a little bit more stuff directly added in from some articles. So the article stated that wealthy conservatives with famous family names like Coors, DeVos, Scafé, and Hunt mobilized massive resources to reverse the gains of civil rights initiative in general and affirmative action specifically. Part of their strategy included a national public media campaign designed to create white opposition to affirmative action policies by associating the term affirmative action with quotas or racial preferences that they stated favored people of color and discriminated against white people. The term affirmative action originated as a benign phrase used by President John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson to indicate that the government needed to take purposeful action and act firmly to end discrimination on the basis of race and gender. Eventually, a multitude of policies and practices designed to remedy systematic racism and sexist discrimination came to be referred to under the umbrella term affirmative action. Affirmative action came to signify policies as diverse as plans to recruit or advertise jobs in communities of color, and programs designed for employers to identify and correct the underrepresentation of women in particular jobs. But right wing opposition of affirmative action focused national attention on race based rather than gender based affirmative action. They successfully cultivated widespread white opposition to the core ideas of affirmative action. It can be difficult to measure the extent of which different groups have benefited from affirmative action precisely because it's an umbrella term that covers a wide range of policies and programs, but there are clear structural indicators that reveal that white women have benefited from these policies more than any other group. In particular, if we look at white women, we find that in the year 2012, the group's enrollment in colleges and universities outpaced that of white men, with 72% of white women enrolled compared with 62% of white men. Since the 1970s, African American unemployment rates have consistently remained about double those of whites, and even greater disparity for African American teens. But if we take a look at unemployment rates by gender, we see that in 2019, unemployment rates for men, 3.6%, were nearly the same as women, 3.5%. Maybe even more revealing is the fact that in 2019, white women's weekly earnings, $840, were higher than that of black women at 704 and black men at 769. Despite these impressive gains for white women, approximately 70% of them somewhat or strongly oppose affirmative action, and that is according to a 2014 Cooperative Congressional Election Study. In the late 1990s, a network of anti affirmative action organizers got together to orchestrate a challenge to affirmative action in the courts. These organizations instigated colleges and universities across the country to identify affirmative action policies they could legally challenge. They also actively recruited white students who they claimed may have been denied college admission because of race based affirmative action to participate as plaintiffs in the lawsuits against the schools. It was not a coincidence that the individuals they ultimately chose for the lawsuits were all white women. The first affirmative action measure in America was an executive order signed by President John Kennedy in 1961, requiring that federal contractors, quote, take affirmative action to ensure that applicants are employed and employees are treated during employment without regard to their race, creed, color, or national origin. In 1967, President Johnson amended this, and a subsequent measure included sex, recognizing that women also face many discriminatory barriers and hurdles to equal opportunity. Meanwhile, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 only included sex in the list of prohibited forms of discrimination because conservative opponents of the legislation hoped that including it would sway moderate members of Congress to withdraw their support for the bill. So, again, the most interesting part about the whole thing of affirmative action being shut down when it comes to colleges is that white women were the main ones that benefited from it. The ones that benefited from it were the main ones that decided, hey, we need to take this down. This is not good. This is discriminatory by nature. Like I said, people need to pay very close attention to what it is that is taking place directly out here. And again, you have a lot of people over time that have tried to state that affirmative action was, only for African Americans, and that it's discriminatory towards everybody else, towards the Latins, towards the Asians, towards white people, towards everybody else. And they really wanted to push that, oh yeah, affirmative action was, just a way to get, black people who didn't deserve to be at these jobs or to be in these colleges directly into the colleges before other people that, really deserved to be there. And obviously that just was not the case. But it is what it is. Like I said, we're going to see what's going with this is the real effective affirmative action and how it's been used in colleges, especially for women. We're going to see the effects of that within the next 10 years. It's not going to be now that you're going to notice anything. You got to allow this some time. You got to allow it to breathe. And then by the time that 10 years shows up, it's going to be quite a change. Quite a change. So now we're going to go directly to the next story here. Let me see if I can go there. Ex-NBA player Kent Bazemore's wife files for divorce after 5 years. People just stay losing. I don't know what it is with guys that have money who decide that, yeah, I just want to get married and I want to have some kids. It's a lot of L's that be happening here. It's not looking good. Former NBA player Kent Bazemore's wife has filed for divorce. Samantha Serpay requested to end her 5-year marriage to the Los Angeles Lakers player in January, claiming it was basically a bad marriage. This is what I want to say. To a lot of the young guys out there, if there's ever a point in time where you're going to make a lot of money or you're coming into money, you might want to be very careful of the women that you decide to marry. Again, his marriage is just 5 years. That's not a long time, but it's enough time for her to, come through with some plans. Be like, all right, let me bear a couple of kids. Let me just, ride this wave for a little bit of time. Let me see if some more contracts are gonna. Let me see if some more sponsorships. Let me see what the rest of this money is looking like. Yeah, it's time for divorce. Let's cut the ties there. Let's cut the ties because realistically, she don't have to do nothing. She's going to be siphoning off of that money due to the fact that they have kids together. Stupidly, have kids together. Like I said, I just I need guys to be more protective over their money. Like it should be completely obvious that you're a target. If you're a guy and you have a lot of money, you're a target. Women are going to look at you as, yeah, you're a mark. They'll be like, yep, I need that guy in my life for a quick couple of years. So I got a few kids, and that's it. Right. But anyways, she claimed that it was irretrievably broken with no chance of reconciliation. And that was according to documents. His ex-wife listed the date of separation as November 23rd of 2022. The estranged couple shares 2 children, 4-year-old son Jet and 2-year-old daughter Nixon. That's a shame. Mm, 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 mm. His ex-wife requested joint legal custody of the kids with the former Atlanta Hawks guard, but asked for primary physical custody, with Bazemore given visitation rights. Notice that. even if there was a potential chance now, from if I go back up here, didn't it say that he was retired? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, former NBA player. So he's not even playing at this moment in time. So he has the ability, if he wanted to actually stay home, be with the kids. He can probably, have the help of, women in his family. But she made sure while requesting that divorce, and this goes back into what I stated before about divorce. When you look at the divorce statistics, and I specifically made that video, and I stated that 70% of the time you have women that initiate the divorce. Then the divorce rates go up even higher to an 80 to a 90 percentile when you have women who are college educated. So at the end of the day, women initiate these divorces. Nowhere in there did it say that anything took place or what have you, because normally women would like to say that, oh, well, he probably set up and cheated. He probably did this. He probably did that. That's a lot of what ifs. None of those things are even listed. So those are just theories that people have because of whatever. At the end of the day, he got screwed, and he allowed this directly to happen to himself, just like many other men allow this to take place and happen all the time. And I've stated before that if you are a guy and you decide to lay down with a woman, married or whatnot or what have you, it is of your best interest to have primary custody, um, directly of the children, because the only thing that is going to take place is that the woman, talking about if you're rich or whatever, she's going to have primary custody, more than likely cut you directly out of the picture. And there's going to be a type of false narrative that will be placed, directly on the father, right? In order to cause a type of split in between how it is that the kids view the father and how it is that the kids look directly at, the mother. Again, is going to end up being a losing situation. So it is of men's best interest to actually get and or fight for custody. He could technically, realistically, I feel that with the money that he has, not sure how much he's made, he can more than likely have some lawyers that can redo this whole thing so that he has primary custody. So that if any money is going anywhere, it's directly to those kids. It's not to a lifestyle that a person wants to live. It's not towards some lavish trips. It's not towards any bags or fashion or any of those things. It's directly to the kids, which is what the money should be used for. It shouldn't be used as supplemental income for anybody else. It should be just specifically for the kids. Diapers, clothes, education, tutors, right? Things of that's hospital, medical, right? Like I said, there's been a lot of stories out here where you've had some dudes, they've gotten hit up. It was like, yo, you're going to be paying like 20K a month, and no child out here needs 20K a month. Extenuating circumstances to children that have, actual medical needs, such as they're like bedridden, or maybe they might be some issues with the brain or anything of that nature. That's completely different. Normal, healthy, able-bodied walking kids do not require 20K a month. That's just ridiculous. It's absurd. It just shouldn't happen. But again, it's to show how the system is not built to benefit the father. It's built to do everything but. And it's also built to make sure to keep the father separate directly from the family as well. But a lot of people tend not to actually pay attention to that, and they want to just believe whatnot or whatever. So that is what it is on that. I'm not even going to read the rest of it because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't. It does not at all. This is just, I need you guys to do better. I need you guys to do better. So the next one we got directly up here is France stabbing, right? Children attacked, in, what is that? Annecy Park. I think that should be correct. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Children attacked at Annecy Park in stable condition. Children aged between 1 and 3 were being treated in a hospital. Police overpowered and arrested the knifeman after he entered a children's playground to carry out the attack. The 3-year-old British children is among the injured. Another is Dutch. Two adults were also hurt, with one in critical condition. Police have confirmed that the suspect is 31-year-old Syrian who had who has refugee status in Sweden. Regional Deputy Antonio Armand Armand described the attack as abominable and stated that authorities were investigating but knew very little. Video footage of the attack uploaded on social media were too graphic for broadcast to show at the playground, but life is going back to normal as stated. Children are running around and with their parents, and their minds are free. Then a man comes. Actually, hold on. The way that this is written is a little bit off. Hold on. Okay, okay. They're just describing the main part. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Uh, Prosecutor Lynn stated that the young victims ranged from 22 months old to 3. Again, police state that they do not have a motive. Police also say the suspect has refugee status in Sweden and recently came to France, leaving behind a wife and 3-year-old daughter. In an unsuccessful asylum application last year for refugee status in France, he stated that he was a Syrian Christian. It's not the Christian thing to do. I can tell you that. During the incident, the attacker invoked the name of Jesus Christ. A woman identified as the ex-wife stated to the news that her former partner was a Christian. Quote, he does not call me forth. He does not call me for 4 months. Our relationship stopped because we lived in Sweden, and he did not want to live in Sweden anymore. She also noted that he has not shown any previous violent streaks. In recent years, France has become accustomed to knife attacks, often carried out by solitary young men with backgrounds in petty crime and somewhat Islamist connections. It is unclear that this attack is different of that in nature. So again, as I stated before, I put out these stories and do these things and cover a wide variety to showcase to people that you have individuals out there that don't mean well when it comes to children at all. You literally, like I seen the video before, this was from some time ago, saw the video on social media. You see the guy literally coming into the park area. You see the parents and the kids basically playing. And then the guy takes out the knife and he decides to just start going around and going after people. And it's like it doesn't even make any type of sense at all. But again, the other thing that I want to make sure to note to a lot of people is that amongst a lot of the bad things that are taking place, you have things out here that are specifically put in place in order to enact certain types of laws, rules, regulations, and so on. And this is also to show one thing too. Now, note this happened, over yonder, right? You're not able to legally carry directly over there, but yet they still have attacks, as they stated. The primary weapon that they use directly over there are knives or maybe other types of objects, but primarily they're knives. So even if in America they decide that they want to do a sweeping job of getting rid of all weapons, so the only person that have weapons literally is the government, the military, and the cops. That means that you're still going to have people out here committing these crimes. They're just going to use other objects to commit these crimes, right? Wasn't it, back in the Bible when they set up there, Cain and Abel, right? Big brother decided to use a rock, knock him out, take his life. Yeah. So again, for a lot of people who want to sit up there and state that weapons are the problem, that's all the problem is. It's just people. The next one we will go to is this one here. Cop IDs white suspect in food truck owner's brutal beating. The picture of uh, the black man that owns a food truck. I am not going to put that right. It's bad, but I'm not going to put that one up here. So it states that Portland police have identified the white man suspect, or just state the white suspect, uh, who brutally beat a black food truck owner while allegedly yelling slurs. On Thursday, the Portland Police Bureau issued a press release requesting public assistance to find a man identified as Daniel Thomas Warren. An officer investigated the case, spoke to witnesses, and was able to get video evidence of the attack, but police stated efforts to locate and arrest Warren have been unsuccessful. While working at Laurel's Chicken Shack on June 15th, Pesterson, Daryl Preston was attacked by a man he didn't know, and that was according to his attorney. The man claimed that the attacker screamed the N-word during the assault, and video footage she provided stated and showed that the suspect walked away after stumping and beating Preston as if nothing happened. Montgomery stated that Preston suffered severe facial injuries and his wife drove him to the hospital after first responders failed to provide any medical assistance. However, police countered that and stated that they had tried to convince Preston to come out of his food truck to speak to them after the attack. Quote, they immediately offered to summons an EMS, but he declined. When the officers asked for more details on what happened, the victim declined to say more and locked himself in the car. Montgomery claimed that her client was too scared to talk. Looking at the pictures of what took place, I understand why he wasn't trying to come out like after like what took place, and it just like happened out of nowhere. Again, this is somebody that he doesn't know, never came into contact with. They don't have any type of prior engagement, prior knowledge of each other. This dude literally came up to a guy who owns a food truck and got in there and just started beating him. They also stated that the Portland Police Bureau previously stated that it was investigating the attack as a hate crime. It is a hate crime. I'm not sure why you have to investigate, but it's ridiculous. They stated that any arrest must be based on probable cause and will stand up to scrutiny in any future criminal court proceedings. A misstep now will prevent justice from being served later, and we have dedicated and professional detectives working hard to do the right things. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. As some other people have stated before, this is why, it is imperative that for Black people, you make sure to have your license to carry. You have your concealed carries permit, what have you. Whatever you basically need in order to protect yourself, you need to do that because you never know who is specifically out here just wanting to do whatever it is that they want to do. It's clear cut. Again, you have a Black man minding his business, right? Paying his taxes, not causing any problems anywhere, right? Not being a criminal, mischievous, all of the things that people normally like to say. And this is what happens. Now, I'm pretty sure some people still try to justify the actions without justifying by trying to say, well, we don't see the footage and, there's two sides to every story. I wonder what the food cart owner stated directly to the man. Not saying that he might have said something, but I wonder what the conversation was like, that made this man, go off. Something had to happen in order to make this man, just go off and, get angry and act beside himself. Those are the normal types of excuses that you will happen to hear by, everyday true Americans that want to protect and justify the actions of their own. This is what they normally like to do. Uh, Let me see what we got up here. Tequila Belton, yo, what is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. Good morning, DSA1. War, what is happening? Dot, what is up? Michael Hodge, what is going on? Cheryl Joy, what is up? What is up? What is up? Diablo, what is going on? I'm original. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much what people like to say. They're gonna happen to say the normal and the usual in order to defend one of their own. Also, something that I didn't technically cover or mention is the fact that France is pretty much going up in flames, at this moment in time. It's not looking bad. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not looking good. at this moment in time for France. If you were to actually type in France and look up everything that's going on, it is bad. It is bad. It is bad. Like you have people, it looks like something out of a movie. Like you have fires in the street, you have people stealing city buses, you got people ramming cars directly into businesses, breaking into them. You got it is anarchy that is going on over there, and I'm not sure what's going to take place, but I can highly state that if that was here in America, they would have automatically started. Well, depending on how many places that it was happening, if it was spreading, they would have probably enacted martial law. They probably would have did that. So again, you got protesters clashing with police there. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff going over there in Europe. People think it's all peaceful and everything is all quiet and everything of that nature. People got to pay attention to the news of what is specifically going on. It's a lot of stuff. It is a lot of stuff. So how you guys doing out there? How y'all doing? DSA once said looking like a low budget Steve Austin. Ah yeah. Da-da, 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 da-da. I swear to you, I got the whole theme song. Just like, just happening right now. Um, Let me see if I could. So wait a minute. So now this dude is trying to educate people. Nah, bro. It's a little bit too late for that. And then on top of that, the craziest part, they started freeing. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. They started freeing animals from zoos. Ooh, this France. What is happening? Let me see if I can get this up there. Yeah, like you got videos up here of like people running off of like TVs. Like it's looking bad over there in France. Again, if anybody is brand new directly to this is the third. Well, technically, it's the fifth channel, but this is the third channel. Um, and you can happen to subscribe to the Seji Zone in order to get the news. We're going to try to get that one up and running. We are currently at 455 subscribers. Got about 7 videos directly up there. Um, yeah, yeah. We're gonna try to get that one going to see what happens. You know, somehow, some way, the riots in France started. Ah, so you got so riots started because a 17-year-old was basically erased by police. Mm, well, it's looking real tough. Like, let me show you this. Let me see if I can get this. If I can do the not the media source. Let me see if I can do the web browser. Yeah, window capture. That's what I'm looking for. Right. So this is what we're looking at. This is what's going on in France. Like you literally have somebody. I'm guessing that has to be a bank that they're trying to like get directly into. They got like this commercial construction. saw that they're using trying to literally break into this bank. Now, maybe for the banks over there, there might be some things there. In America, if you go to the bank, you ain't gonna find it. you ain't gonna find nothing. You ain't really ain't gonna find nothing. Like I said, it's looking bad. Mm, it's looking bad. And again, some people might sit up there, man, you sitting up there showing what? Yo, that look crazy. That can't be like a new video on that one. That look crazy. That look like something from a film. That looks crazy. Yeah, you got zebras like going. This looks like a scene out of Jumanji. Like this is how it was. Like if anybody remembers like the very first Jumanji movie where you had like Van Pelt, you got Robin Williams, you got like the kids and everything like that. They threw the dice on the game. They got trapped as in the board. Robin Williams was the one that basically got them out, rescued them after they solved like some of the puzzles and different things like that. This is basically what that is. You're literally watching animals that should not be out in the streets. This is probably like their first time having freedom. So this zebra's just trying to, see the sights, just trying to, see what, after being in captivity for so long, you know, maybe some of these people work for PETA. I don't know. This seems like something that PETA would do. It's like, there's a riot. There's a zoo nearby. Wait a minute. Let's see if somebody can crack the key codes real quick. Ah man. Whew. Yo, that fire looks crazy. Look at that. That's insane. Like I said, it's looking bad. It is looking bad out here. Yo, Pink, what is going on? What is happening? What is going on? Uh Let me see. Yo, good morning, Shaw. Shaw said this white man did it probably because the black food truck owner is entrepreneur and he is not. And what the white man did should be charged as a hate crime. Well, we'll see. Um, because for whatever reason, they're stating that hey, we got to take our time with this. We can't have a misstep because of any misstep is injustice. If you were to actually see the picture of the guy's face, there is no misstep in injustice. There's no way to try to figure out what the real narrative of the story is. The black guy's face is like it's swollen. His eyes are swollen shut. You see the white guy, nothing. Like there's not a scratch, not a mark. It's almost as if the black guy didn't even try to defend himself or even try to put up a fight because he was just so caught off guard by what took place and it happened so fast that he wasn't even able to react. But, like I said, leave it up to police to sit up there and state that, they got to really take their time in order to enact, justice to make sure that, everything is everything. Magically now they got to do detective work. Magically now. Shout out to 999 for the subscription to the second coming. Much love, respect, and appreciation to you and yours. Daniel, what is up? What is up? What is up? Daniel said God should have come back during MAAFA. Shell said the world is going mad like usual. Yeah, that's bars. That's bars. Dave said, wasn't the kid Muslim in Paris? He probably was. Yeah, he probably was. DC said that's crazy. Yeah. Shaw said that car that you saw flying off the building was a scene from Fast and the Furious. Okay. All right. Because I was like, yeah, I'm like, that looks like a scene from a movie. So I was like, yeah, some of the this is why I got you guys here during, like the live streams. Y'all can easily point out certain stuff. Because y'all, like I said, I haven't watched movies and some of the newer movies. I haven't watched those in a little bit of time. Because, I've been, focused on some other stuff there. Uh, DC said, "What's up? Not much, man. Not much. Just sitting up here chilling. Just doing a live stream. That's about it." Uh, Cool Hand Loca said, "It does look like a scene from Jumanji." Yeah, yeah. Daniel said, "Shaking my head. Those poor animals." I mean, you know what? The funniest thing is, um, I'm technically happy that the animals are free because they're being held in captivity, and it's like that's not even their natural like habitat or anything like that. They're there. I put it to you like this: I feel bad for the animals because just like I've covered before, you've had human zoos where you've had black people in those zoos. So you can go to, you had them in Paris. You especially had them in New York. You had human zoos. If you look back far enough, you can find pictures. If I decide to at another live stream, I might post those pictures again. Um, but you got pictures of black families, little girls, all of that in these zoos, and you see the white people on the outside, and they're handing the little girl food. Right? They're sitting up there pointing. They're just like watching in awe and amazement. And this is why I sit up there and state before that there's a lot of history in America that a lot of people just do not know. A lot of people are ignorant of a lot of history. And some people want to, wipe it off and say, well, that was a long time. It was bad, what happened, but it was a long time ago. It's, that was then, but and this was now. That just means that they don't want to focus on what took place because they don't know how to quantify, they don't know how to process that information. There's nothing that they can actually do with it. They can't actually deflect. They have to just actually sit there in that information, knowing that this was a thing, and they can't do it. So this is why people would rather, quote unquote, look at the future, look at the now. But the now, a lot of what's happening now is a reflection of the past. So just like we have uh, the governments out here that have done a variety of things to the people. They've performed chemical warfare directly on people, even in the United States, and we've all been able to actually see and witness it. They're able to do that because people refuse to understand the government in the past. The Tuskegee experiment and many other experiments that took place just like that in black communities, many experimentations that took place in black communities. But because people decided that it wasn't important, though, black people, black communities, it's whatever, this is why people in the United States of America are currently suffering right now with poor air quality and not understanding why the air quality is so poor, not paying attention to the fact that they've listed, some things that have gone missing in the news, and people don't even realize that or those missing items could very easily be potentially contributing to the reason that you have such poor air quality. Now, again, some people have stated, hey, air quality, it's like that because the forest fires, that are taking place and yada yada yada, and and all this other type of good stuff. If you look at some of the stories in Canada, those fires happened on clear days, and they stated that there were also arsonists. Does anybody know who these arsonists are who lit these fires in Canada that are still burning to this day? Nope. Does anybody know what took place with the chemicals that magically vanished either? Nope. All we know is that at a point in time, we had orange, yellow clouds, very overcast. People were having some issues breathing. And yeah, so, again, that's just me being a conspiracy theorist. Just got to throw a little bit of that conspiracy, directly out there to frazzle the mind just a little bit to, have people think. Because as I stated to me before, y'all got to believe nothing that I'm saying at all. But if you do hear me, I expect you to sit up there and do some research. just a little bit, just a little bit. Uh, Let me see. Miss Joyce said that guy is the police. I wouldn't be too surprised. Daniel said they still testing on black Americans, and black people are actually still picking cotton to this day, regardless of whatever it is that you have other people that want to tell you, like, oh, slavery was a long time ago. You're not picking cotton. You don't know anybody that's out there picking cotton. You know, the normal stuff that you hear people always stating. But if you look at some of these correctional facilities, these privatized prisons, you'll find out, as I, gave y'all a video of a brother who had got out. He stated that he was made to pick cotton in this timeline, in this day and age. So, irregardless of whatever it is, whatever the narrative that a lot of these people who look black are giving directly to you, black people are still out here picking cotton. Because when you are a part of the privatized prison industry system, you are a slave. You have no rights. You are owned. You are property. You do not belong to yourself at all. And that is what it is. But I get that it's hard for people to actually comprehend that because they've never actually seen it. They don't actually know anybody. So people are going to want to state that, oh, slavery is this many years yonder ago. It's not happening today. That's stuff that you read in books and yada, 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 when realistically it's not. But as I stated before, just like with the previous experiments that happened to black people and the experimentation that went on there, for the Caucasian people out there, y'all been experimented on too, a multitude of times. I tried to give y'all warnings, tried to give y'all smoke signals, anything to sit up there and listen, and to no avail. You know, I had some slight problems and issues with some of those videos, and again, even by going from IG, I had people come through and want to tell me, otherwise when it deals with certain things, and I'm like, no problem, no problem. So then we go to East Palestine, Ohio, and you can see what real chemical warfare looks like. And you're not going to see that fall out up until a good 15 to 30 years from now, of the many generations that are going to have to come from and be born and suffer through all of that, especially dealing with medical complications that are going to take place, the amount of health problems that are going to add up. And even at this moment in time, the compensation that was possibly even maybe given to the people there is nothing. Nothing. It's not even a drop in the bucket. But like I said, because of the fact that you guys didn't care what took place to black people in the past, you are going to suffer the exact same fate. You're going to have to go through the exact same things. And there's going to be nothing that anybody can do about it, because you had a time where you could have sat up there and stopped it, but you were like, well, it don't got nothing to do with my people, don't have nothing to do with my community. Black people are not even human. So because you feel and believe that, and that is your logic and your way of life, and the way that you just view things, here you go. Chemical warfare all over the place. You got it in the water, you got it in the air, you got it in the food. Matter of fact, I just watched a video recently over in Russia where they have this food printing machine that they'll take the proteins from whatever animals and whatnot, put it into this food machine printer, and then it'll just start printing out that food. So again, you're not going. It's not going to be in the same vein as like green solvent, but it's going to be in the area of that. It's just not real food. So you're going to have 3D printed chicken. That's what it's going to go to. And like, a lot of people have basically stated some other things before, right? They've stated, how is it possible that with all of the things that we have directly out here that we sustain certain things, right? So if you think about fast food industry, how do they realistically sustain some of the products that they are able to get us? The meat, the steak, all of those great things, right? I have a couple of theories that are not great, but there's also a movie that, in a sense, dives sort of into that. Two of them, actually, but one of them of more recent times was with Halle Berry and Tom Hanks, which was, if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, it was called Cloud Atlas. And within that movie, it went into a future where it specifically told you how food was made for, I guess, this hotel or this city. And it was bad. It was bad. And that's going to be the future that we are going to be looking towards. And people just don't realize it yet. Like I said, the main thing that's going to transpire, just like what they show you in every single movie, if we're going to talk about predictive programming, the main predictive programming part is that everybody's going to react when it's too late. People are like what was it? What was it? Skynet, the the Terminator. People wanted to fight when it was the war was pretty much already won. Now you want to put up a resistance. Now you really want to sit up there and fight. You could have stopped this a long, long, long time ago before it even got to this moment. But people opted to stand back and stand down. You can look at the Matrix. Roughly the exact same thing. People want to, in a sense, the few that can, they want to, fight when it's far too late. And that's what always tends to happen. People want to wake up, people want to fight when it's far too late, instead of listening to people that are telling them certain things now so that they can just be aware and that they can just act. I don't know if it's ignorance, I don't know if it's fear, I don't specifically know what it is at this moment in time, but it ain't nothing good. On top of the fact that a lot of people out here got kids. A lot of y'all got kids, a lot of y'all got family, and y'all refuse to sit up there and act. So the only people that's going to be realistically left to act, which is very much unfortunate, is the kids, because the parents they ain't gonna do it. They're gonna have the attitude of the previous generation. Oh, what is what is. The Lord is gonna take me when He sees fit. All this type of like whatever. It's the Jesus take the wheel type of speeches that old folks like to give. It's a lot easier if people just honestly state that they don't just have the will to fight. It's not that difficult to say. Just say that you just don't have the will to do it. That's a lot easier to take in versus all of this other type of like BS, which is just elongating getting to that point. It literally makes no sense. Uh, Lamiko, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Miss Joyce said, I hear you and you speak facts. Hey, we got Nurse Armstrong in the building. What is happening? Daniel said, Kiki Palmer's movie, Alice 2022, exposed the cotton fields. I think, did I see that? Did I see that? I'm not sure. Shaw said, what hurt was Kryptonite says that he was forced to pick cotton or die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you got a lot of black people that want to sit up there and sell y'all a narrative, sitting up there stating that black people ain't still picking cotton and still doing slave work. They are. They are. Like I said, I get it. You got black people out here that's, or those that look black American. Their whole main thing is to make money at the end of the day. I get it. I I get that. You're gonna make that money at the cost of delivering ignorance to people, not making them aware to certain things because you're technically, sort of a part of the same system. Not exactly, not making the same money, but you're sort of kind of a part of the same system. So I get it. I just wish the other people would sit up there and see it. Because what's going to inevitably happen as well is that once everything catches up to those people, where you got these individuals out here trying to sell black people to certain type of narrative, they are going to sit up there and have that aha moment where they're like, you know what? Oh God, oh my God, what have I done? And then they're going to try to redo everything that they've done. But they've been doing this for so many years. You're not going to be able to unwrite this. There is no eraser. There's no delete button. There's no backspace. You, you're not going to be able to do it. What's done is done. The only thing you can do is just move forward. And there's going to be a lot of people out here that are going to run through and have that aha moment. Going to have that aha moment. That's the sad part. Like I said, you got a lot of people out here making money, and they're damning a lot of people at this moment in time. You got governments doing it. You got police doing it. We got medical professionals doing it. You got scientists doing it. Like I said, you got a lot of people out here that will do a lot of things in order to secure their money. But people ain't paying attention. They'll rather, believe, uh, quote unquote, the people that are certified over others who are actual examples, meaning that you got, families that might be able to, testify, they tell their stories and all of these other types of things. But then those are the ones, the families that actually can give you information, they get silenced by way of the media and on social media. And the funniest thing is, regardless of whatever it is that people feel about, Elon Musk and him buying Twitter, there's a lot of information that has been showing up that I can tell you that was not there before, and that was purposefully done in order to make sure that certain things would go as planned. But like I said before, people still ain't people still ain't paying attention. People still ain't listening. Like I said before, there was a specific reason why they wanted to make sure um, that certain avenues such as YouTube and IG and, well, not even so much IG, but mainly like YouTube. They wanted to, make sure that certain information would be there and other information would not be there. It's crazy. Like I said, it is very, very crazy. What we got? Shaw said the movie Life starring Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy was a heartbreaking movie because it was a slave film. Oh yeah, yeah, yep, yep. DSA one said conspiracy theory on that. It's human meat. Hey, hey, you know, like I said, people, the best way I can sit there and put stuff is this. It wasn't too long ago that they did the whole thing with Dolly the sheep, right? And that was the whole, the whole craze and everything like that. And then even prior before that, you can go back to like some sci-fi to like the 1940s and stuff like that, where they talked about, cloning and all of these, other types of things. Island Dr. Monroe Infinity Pool, and like I said, there's a lot of different, like movies and shows and different things that touch on a variety of different topics, or sometimes it culminates all into like, one pot. And people ain't paying attention. People think that a lot of this stuff in the media is just like it's fun and games. They just think it's like, oh yeah, this is entertainment. Yeah, 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 that was a good movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff has a lot of truth directly to it. The Boondocks, the reason why I liked it was the fact that it had a lot of truth directly in it. A lot of truth. Like I said, you can look at the Boondocks and you can deal with Uncle Ruckus. You can deal with Tom. You can deal with Thugnificent, right? My bad, that was my alarm going off. Like I said, you can go through the Boondocks and it can be satire, but even when it deals with comedians, there's some truth in those jokes. It's just the way that you deliver it, means that it will be acceptable to people or it won't be. The Boondocks is acceptable to a lot of people because it's funny. It's in animated, anime slash, cartoon, type of format. Then you also got, celebrities. You got, characters that are, reflective of, potentially maybe, certain people that you might have, in your family if you're black. Um, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff, directly out here. Uh, Shaw said, imagine the movie Life, year 1999. Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X save Black Panthers, and the white folks will be furious and mad. Yeah, they would. I'll tell you this. Um, they would readily allow an assassination movie succeed and become popular and win awards if it was about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X versus a positive storytelling of the Black Panther Party and what it is that they did and how it is that they contributed to certain things. They're not going to allow a film like that to succeed. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that it's not going to get made, at least by any of the major studios, because if it does get made, they're going to make sure to have somebody of a lighter hue directly in there being the savior, right? You can go back to Black Panther and you can look at Coulson, right? Out of all of the people that they portrayed as being villains that were Caucasian, Coulson, working for the United States government, was the only good guy there. Uh, and then you also had the other guy who took place for Coulson. I might be thinking back to the Avengers, but it's still technically the same thing. You got the other dude that took the place of Coulson because Coulson technically died in the Avengers. But y'all know the white dude I'm talking about. But out of all of the Caucasian people there, that one dude was pretty much the epitome of he is the greatest white dude out there that is just for everybody. So much so that they allowed him. He didn't invade Wakanda. He was allowed into Wakanda. And he still has contact with Wakandans. He still has Wakandan technology, right? But yet he works for the United States government. But then within the same vein, you saw how when you had a UN meeting and how all of the nations came against Wakanda and they were like, yo, we're all on this playground and we all have our toys and different things like that, but you have this brand new shiny toy and we can't sit up there and play with it because it's a special edition. Only it comes, specifically where you come from, and we want to be able to play with the toy too. And if you can't sit up there and have a toy, then none of us can. They wanted to basically pull that whole type of thing. And you saw why it is that they were doing the speech. The queen was doing the speech. You saw some of those governments deciding that they wanted to go directly into Wakanda and basically try to take what it is that they wanted, right? Because they already knew that they already knew what the Wakandans were going to say because they said it before. So they're like, okay, well, we tried the dignitary way. We're going to sit up there and try to take it by force. And that failed because the Wakandans were already prepared. They were already like 50 steps ahead. They already knew what it was they were going to do. And the main thing about it is when they're having that talk, I want people to understand that all of those groups, all of those European groups were in on that. It wasn't just one nation. It wasn't just one group. I think what was it like the French or whoever it was trying to get into Wakanda and still like the vibranium. It wasn't just them. All of them were basically directly in on it because if they would have gotten some of that vibranium, trust me, the other nations would be like, all right, we're going to give you X amount of dollars so that we can get, a small little ounce of this so that we can like test it and do all of this and try to figure out some stuff and yada. That's what would have happened. And it's like the thing about it is, even though I disagree with certain things that took place in the Black Panther movies, the main thing that people should basically understand, especially black people, is that it don't matter if you want to share, it don't matter if you don't want to share. If you got something that they see as valuable, they're going to come in and they're going to sit up there and take it just like they've always have. Because this is exactly what they do and this is what they have been doing historically. Like I said, look at Europe is small in comparison to Africa. But look at what the Europeans have done when going to Africa. And then after they leave, look at how they talk about, oh, they look at the Africa. They can't do this, they can't do that, and all this. Yeah, I bet, after you have a group of people roll through, 10 to 12 destinations, destroying villages, the people, their language, their books, libraries, of course, of course. All of the great amounts of information and knowledge that were there in a lot of those places. Europeans came through there during their conquest and destroyed and burned a lot of those things down. Destroyed. But it's not really fully destroyed because the Vatican has a lot of stuff. So it's only as destroyed as they tell you. People also got to remember that too. But again, the main point is that if you take Africa off of the face of the earth, a lot of economies around the planet would crash. The stock market would have beyond a bad day, right? What happened on quote unquote Black Friday? It's whew, it's going to be the darkest day that they've ever had in their fake markets. But again, people don't want to pay attention to it because they're profiting directly off of it. They don't want to change a system that they are able to directly benefit from, that they're able to get generational wealth and all these other types of things from. So they're not going to sit up there and like, oh yeah, European countries, you guys need to stay directly out of Africa. You need to, get rid of a lot of those treaties and ownership of that land because you don't really own something that you've never really had. They're not going to do that. The UK would crash. Like there's a lot of European countries that really benefit and that really need Africa in the climate that it is in at this moment in time. Africa is technically in shambles as a whole. If Africa were to literally be like, you know what, we're going to do all of this ourselves, we're going to kick out all of the European nations. And if you try to come back, we are going to consider it war or an act of war. You would start seeing some major shifts and changes in the world. You will start seeing some major shifts and changes. You'll start seeing a lot of coups taking place, and it's going to happen by way of a lot of these world governments directly out here because they're like, we're not about to be shut out of this. Your resources are our resources, and especially, best believe, the United States is not going to be shut out of nothing that it wants. Nothing. But anyways, I'm just sitting up here talking at this moment in time. Just running my mouth. Yo, Ty, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Nurse Armstrong. Yeah, the moment. Yeah, yeah. That was real. That was real. That, like I said, this is why I like the Boondocks because it, it gave you real life, but in a cartoon format. So for a lot of people that wouldn't want to watch the news or all this other type of stuff, you were in a sense watching it in a sorts in like a story format. You're still getting the information, but you're just getting in something that's more palatable. I feel like that's the way that they should realistically do news. If they did news like that, a lot more people would actually watch it. A lot more people would actually watch it. But yep, that is pretty much it again for a lot of you people there. If you would like to donate directly to the channel, you can do that by way of the links that you see below going clearly across the screen, and you can also follow up with that IG as well. And also make sure that you guys go directly to the Seji Zone and subscribe to that channel. Again, at 455 directly on there at this current moment in time. Actually, it might be a little bit different. Let me see. Let me see something. Ooh, spelled that wrong. Uh, see what we got here. Hey, yes, all right. We got a few people there. All right, much love, respect, and appreciation to the five that subscribe directly to the other channel. Love you guys a lot. Much appreciation. We are currently sitting at 460 at the moment in time. Again, much love, respect, and appreciation to those who roll directly up there to subscribe to the channel. Again, I will have some videos directly up there throughout the week for you guys to peruse and view and different things of that nature. Like I said, we're going to try to get the that channel up and running as well. I do happen to see something trending. Let me see some. Uh, Let me just make sure it's all good. Let me see. Twitter down. Yeah, I guess at a point in time, Twitter was actually down for some reason, which didn't make any sense. Huh. It's a little bit weird. But I'm just going to sit up there and state that more than likely it probably has something to do with a lot of, yeah, I see WTF Twitter. Your membership and community feedback has been revoked for blocking moderator at enjoy it. Wait, what? Yeah, this is why I'm glad I didn't sit up there and yeah, people have some problems on Twitter. One thing I've also learned to understood about Twitter is don't make Elon Musk mad because Twitter is his, and if you say something he don't like, yeah, he gonna get rid of you. You can say a lot of things, just don't say nothing about him. That's what I've learned. That's a very standard issue rule. I have no problem with that. You got people uploading full fledged, 2 hour documentaries up here. I'm like, I'm all for it. You know what? Twitter was not this hype in a minute. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't gotta say nothing about Elon. Shout out to God Elon. He out here. Elon out here. Allowing people to post documentaries. They're the variety of different truths and scientific information to back up certain things that people wanted to state were lies. Just, you know what? Shout out to that man. I'm there. Pink said, "Hit that like button." That's facts. We got how many we got? We got 22 on the second channel. Shout out, much love and appreciation to the 22 on the other channel. Then we have 45 on. Well, I'm sorry, 44. My condolences to the person that just left. We got 44, on the original channel directly as well. But yeah, that's where we are. At this moment in time, like I said before, how y'all doing? What's going on with y'all? How y'all day going? How was y'all families? How is it? Like I said, don't be afraid to speak. It ain't like I'm gonna sit up there and pull you directly into the live stream. Oh, that was Diablo playing. My bad. I ain't about to sit up there and do that to y'all. Also, wait, do I still got the? Is the multiplayer video still up here? Ooh, I might have to grab those before they expire. I might have to grab those. Gonna have to download those. I will. We'll do that. Also, for any of you guys that just might like gaming as well, I'll do it, both ways. Either way, it doesn't matter. But if you would care to actually, whoops, that is the wrong one. Nope. Wait, which one is that for? Oh yeah, Lagos. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can take that one out because we ain't using it. Where is the window? Ah, yes, 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 yes. Just in case any of you guys might be potentially interested in a little bit of gaming, you can highly subscribe directly to this as well. This is the Twitch. Like I said, I got a lot of things that I am currently working on and doing as well. This is the Twitch. You can clearly see this is the only one. Seiji underscore Hito. You got the picture of my classic Vulcan from Smite back when I played on PC off of my laptop. So, if you want, you can sit up there and, subscribe to, that as well. Sometimes I'll go live and I'll try to figure out some type of schedule, different things of that nature. Or if I just so happen to game, I'll probably do it on both platforms as well, because I know Pink as well. She has a Twitch. Oh, Ty came in directly with what's the name? Ty came in there with the link real quick. But yeah, we got that directly up there as well. But as stated before, the main goal is getting this second page basically up and running, and we're going to restart from the ground up again, and we're going to see how YouTube decides to react. I already know there's going to be some individuals just waiting in the cut. I'm going to be waiting for you too to block you real quick. So so have fun with that. Have fun with that. But anyways, I'm about to sit up there and in the stream. I just wanted to go over those two stories. Technically, I wasn't even supposed to talk about anything else, just roughly the stories, but I decided to do that. So, you what we got? Yeah, we got Officer Haku in the building. Live at 5, or should I say 12? Is it 12? Yeah, it is 12. Yeah. Yeah, I was only up here for about like just an hour 19. Ty said I'm chilling. Just got on Diablo. Well, you're probably about to see me on there too. So that's what I'm about to do. Tired as hell just ordered me some weights. This man said he tired. I thought he was gonna say I just ordered some food. He was like, I just ordered me some weights. Man, I feel sorry for that. Either for the FedEx or the UPS or the Amazon driver, because I seen one dude having to deliver something heavy. That dude was his back was like hunched. And he was carrying that box. He was doing his job. Whew, man, that back he gonna have a herniated disc or something. That man's back made my back hurt. It was looking lethal. Yeah, Ty already he already dropped it in there. Um, what's his name? Haku said shut up in pink stream yesterday while she was playing Callisto's Protocol. Yep, I think it should be the second playthrough. Pink said I left and came back on the other channel. Ah, okay, okay, I got you. Said I just got home from teaching a role-based class. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Hopefully, I think was it your leg? I think it was your leg because I think he was hopping before. So yeah, hopefully, your leg is healed, and everything is well and everything like that. You gotta take care. Don't be out there trying to be like Aunt Viv, trying to show out on the young folks out there. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Ty said it's a C. Uh, Osaka said I'm using speech. Oh yeah. I got you. Doing it from the computer. Ty said it's just 160. They'll be all right. Which means just 160, 160. Technically, if you're not, this is the thing. If you're not used to like lifting one, let's just put it this way, right? A lot of people are not used to lifting 160, and especially lifting 160 properly. You're like, oh man, they'll be all right. That's because you're sitting up there probably like lifting like 300 pounds or something. So you're like, man, 160, nothing. I sit up there, I throw that around on a weekly basis. It's like, I bet. But it's like everybody ain't sitting up here tossing around 160, brother. And I was driving, didn't want to make corrections. Yeah. Technically, I'm so used to like using the text to speech. It's like I can hear you talk right now as you're basically doing it because you've done it hundreds of times. So it's like that's automatically there anytime I happen to see, like the text, rolling through and happening and whatnot. But yep, I'm about to end that stream directly there. Probably just try to figure out, something to eat again. If anybody would like to donate directly to the channel, you can do that by way of the links that you see directly scrolling across your video. And you can go directly underneath the video and you can click on those links as well. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Duly appreciate it. And I'm going to let y'all have at it. Uh, Man, I ain't even trying to sit up there and even get to know Philly. I'm just trying to sit up there and just like have a whole nother place where it's like people, if you are a gamer or whatnot, we can just come there and we can just talk. And again, it's away from like YouTube and whatnot. So can't nobody report nothing again. It'll be hard pressed because all it is video games. So it's gonna be like, good luck. You find a way to sit up there. Oh yeah, I'm about to report this Diablo video for um yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Well yeah. But yeah. What I said I typically get it out of them. I'm completely out of shape, so I gotta get my grind on. This man say he out of shape, but yet been sitting up here traveling to like, Fiji, Japan, going to Singapore, South Korea, Dubai. This man traveling all over the world talking about, I'm tired, man. I'm out of shape. Man, ain't out of shape. Look at that passport, all them stamps. Going back and forth around the world. He got some nerve. He got some nerve. Wait, Pink, what happened? Wait, you said violating community guidelines. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? Wait, Pink, what you talking about? What happened? Wait, all right. Wait, did that come up on my channel? Oh, let me check something. Uh, let me see something. Okay, it's not on. Wait, what you talking about? I'm a little bit confused. Wait, what happened? What's Oh, you say okay, yeah. Any reason for YouTube to stop again? Yeah. Like I say, and you know the funniest thing is, I want to say that sometimes I don't even think it might be for the gaming side of things. It might not even be YouTube doing it. You'll have some people that are just mad that their channels ain't like really moving, so they'll try to sit up there and just like report somebody else's gaming channel. And like I said, the stuff is crazy. It's crazy how stuff happens. Say, man, I'm trying to get you a new revenue stream. Well, like I said, I don't really know where I'm at with that at this moment in time. My mind is just a little bit all over the place. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure some stuff out because it is just horribly annoying. Horribly annoying. Horribly. What was the other thing that I was about to list? There was something else that I was going to actually try to list. Oh yeah, funniest thing is, right? So since we're technically still here, even though I'm not supposed to be here, there's a video that I did a minute ago, and I'm about to see how old is this video, right? Should be. So this video that I got up here is from 2021, right? The video is called Black Fathers Matter. So again, this video has been up there for technically some time. No problems, no nothing. So then recently, I sat up there and logged in, and I got a notification from YouTube. I'm like, what y'all talking about? He was like, copyright claim. I'm like, oh, from on what video? So I looked and it said it was like on directly this video. I'm like, okay, for what reason? And the person who did it, name is what? Mr. Crim 3, right? Sat up there and looked. It's the same person on IG, the same person directly on what is it? On YouTube as well. And I'm like, I'm not understanding why it would be specifically, you know, right? Because the most interesting thing about it is that they decided to only get a small segment of the video to basically try to claim that. It was from a minute and 11 to a minute and 50 out of a 11 minute and 48 minute video, right? And I want to say out of the whole 11-minute video, the clip that was used, yeah, it was probably about close to like maybe like 2 minutes and like 30. But again, that's a small portion considering the rest of the video. And I'm like, so out of all this time that I had this video up here, you decide as of now that you want to sit up here and try to make a claim on something. And no, like I told y'all before, it usually it be your own people that will decide to do it. So you didn't decide to try to do this when I first put out the video, because I'm pretty sure with how YouTube works, you were more than likely notified and you knew that, okay, well, a portion of whatever from a news story that was put up was basically used here. And they'll tell you the percentage that was used. They'll tell you if it was 100% of somebody's video or if it was like 1%, 2%, or if they can't list you the percent, they'll say like a clip or whatever it was basically. So I'm like, in 2021, when I put up that video, you didn't, you decided not to sit up there and do nothing then. But now, pretty much at this moment in time in 2023, you opt to like want to try to make a claim directly. Let me see how many views this video even got. And then the craziest part is, let me just give you real analytics on this, right? The video itself only made 150 views. 150 views. Is this? I think this is. Oh, it's probably just messed up. So you gotta wait. Is that really the views on the video? I'm just I'm just a little bit thrown off by that one myself. Yeah, yeah, yep. And like I said, I try to I put up videos, try to put up like positive videos and stuff like that, um, that deal with black men being fathers and whatnot. And like I said, a lot of videos don't happen to see the light of day or catch nothing. Um, but it's like, yeah, that video only got like 150 views. And I'm like, so you decided that you want to try to like make something off of that. You're not gonna make nothing. You're not gonna make don't nobody watch those videos. I'm like, and I sat up there, I looked at the brother channel, I'm like, dog, you got about like 5 million views, you got like some other videos directly up there. I think he got like, what was it, like 30K subscribers. I'm like, you doing good. I'm like, so what's the problem? I'm like, you knew that this video, and I know that he know that this video was up there because again, if you're a content creator on YouTube, you know specifically how the analytics works. And they let you know, like I said, I got people who are a part of the platform or whatnot, or maybe just like perused or like went by the channel. I can see everybody who has either used my video, used clips of my video, or whatever it is. Right. And I told people before, I'm like, yo, it is like if you find some valid information directly in there, go for broke. I don't even care. Just make sure that it's transformative. I'm not going to sit up there and do a copyright. I ain't going to sit up there and report you. I just want your stuff to be transformative so that YouTube won't sit up there and be like, all right, we feel this type of way about XYZ and all this other type of stuff. And then, you know, but like I said, I've been saying this for years. If you find information or whatever in my video that is valid to an opinion or a point that you have, I have no problem sitting up there. You sitting up there like using, the video clips, what have you. Just make sure that it's transformative so that YouTube don't sit up there and do some, other type of BS specifically to your channel. Because that's the last thing that I want to happen. Because trust me, I done been through it, enough. But like I said, this right here is just like crazy to me. And I'm like, what I'm probably just going to do, because I'm not even trying to like see that directly in the background no more. I'm just gonna clip out whatever part that he claimed. Like, all right, I got you, no problem, champ. I'm gonna do like the black girl did before, back in like 2020 or whatever it was. I'm just gonna clip that part out. I got you, no problem, no problem, no problem. So then, if I clip that part out, I'm letting y'all know this now. This is just I'm saying this in a live stream, just for documentation purposes. I'm going to sit up there and clip out the part that he claimed, because in order for him to claim something, he has to manually do that. And he's doing it directly from the background. So I'm going to clip that part out. After that's gone, if I see him come back, it's going to be a problem. Because then it's like now we gotta Now we got a larger issue. Now you're trying to specifically just do something. Like I said, you got 5 million views, 30K directly under your belt. You should be doing pretty well. You said that you're an educator and you do all of these. You should be doing pretty well. Somebody on YouTube sitting up here using a news clip, not knowing whatever. I'm just listening to the voice, looking at the fact that it's like, yo, it's highlighting like black men, all this other type of stuff. I'm putting directly in there along with some other stuff to, further establish and improve the fact that black men do things in the black community to protect kids and all this other type of stuff. And it's like, people just want to come up in there and they want to just try to get something. Bro, the video is 850 views. The video is dead. 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 Not making no money off of that video. Like I said, I ain't seen this. Now, I'm used to this happening when it comes to like YouTube would allow like these off-brand like companies or sites to come in and just like misuse the system. I'm technically used to that. But it's like this right here. I'm like, bro, like if you would have did this to like something that made sense, I'm like, all right, I see why you did it. But you did it to a video that's 850 views that ain't nobody watch in probably like more than a year plus. I don't even get it. I'm pretty sure that you got current content at this moment in time, which is actually making you some money, which is actually generating views, which is actually moving. Like I said, sometimes it be your own people, and this is what I sit up there and try to tell y'all. Sometimes it be your own people that decide that they want to sit up there and do stuff. It's crazy. 1,000% crazy. But anyways, subscribe to the secondary platform that you see directly here, the Seji Zone, and we're going to try to get that one moving. Of course, I'm still going to be doing live streams and different things of that nature. But again, it would be very beautiful, very great to try to get quite a. Like I said, I ain't even trying to get 30K to shift directly over there. Let's just sit up there and get a nice like a nice 1,000 of y'all to shift directly over to the newer platform so we can get that one up and running and pretty much start that one up from scratch and see what we can do. But anyways, looking at the comment section, pretty much empty at this moment in time. Seeing how everything is slowing down. Well, that's also due to the fact we got 28 on the old platform and 14 on the newer platform. Much love, appreciation, and shout out to you guys. But I am going to end that here and let you guys have at your day. So again, much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody who may have donated directly to the platform. Thanks again to you guys sitting up here listening to me on these live streams. Again, I'm sorry that YouTube or they're not giving out the proper notifications because I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to see maybe a word of that in another live stream or maybe in the comment section as well. But love you guys, much love and respect. Take care of yourselves, and I am out.